Here's what to say to a man who cares about your body count. I saw a video the other day where a guy was asked whether he thinks body count matters than a woman he's about to date, to which he responded, if a girl is ran through, then she's for everybody else. I kind of feel like guys want girls for themselves. We care about women's body count because we want them to be all for ourselves. We don't want them to be any other guy. We want to provide for them. We want to be the man in their world. And then he went to go on and say that 0 is his ideal body count for a woman because she got to be a virgin. I got to take that ish and show her what it's about because she's going to be mine at the end of the day. My dearest man-child, what you're describing here is the fact that you see women as objects that you can have all for your little self. Because the reality is your concern with your body count shows how little faith you have in yourself that you'll measure up to any of the men she's been with before you. A woman who's never been with another man can't find you disappointing in or out of bed because she has no one to compare you to. And while I think it's admirable that you think you want to provide for a woman and be the man in her world, I think what you mean is that you want her to think that you're the only one who can provide for her because that's how you control her, because you're not secure enough in yourself to be with a woman who is free to leave you but chooses not to. And so in conclusion, ladies, your body count is your past, and any man preoccupied with your past has no faith in himself to make your future better. So the next time a man asks you what your body count is, tell him it's not his freaking business and leave the date as quickly as possible. Because why spend any time with a man who doesn't realize that even though your past and where you came from does matter, what matters more is what you learn from your past and where you're going next.
I love that. That's amazing. I can't believe you guys just played that, to be honest.
What do you mean?
That was awesome. She's correct.
You agree?
Yeah, your body. She
Well,
literally
Q,
just said your body count doesn't even matter, and it's like
it does though.
The ratio matters, but like she just said, the body count doesn't matter, and to leave if someone asks, like that's cool.
So you don't
like,
think you think a woman?
I agree with what she's saying.
You think a woman who slept with 100 men? Is comparable to a woman who's only slept with one?
I actually did say my body count was like around 22. I didn't bring my diary with me, but that's a very, very low body count. And so I'm not saying
is 23 a low body count?
For being 33 years old.
The average is 6 for women.
Compared to like how many opportunities I have on a daily basis. I know. Like
in modern times, that is a low body count.
Yeah. So I'm not I'm not like I don't think people should just everyone, and even though everyone thinks I think that, but I agree with her. Like it's kind of none of your business if you meet someone and hit it off. Like why was the past matter?
Q, do you have a response to her and then also a reaction to the video?
I love that video.
Haram.
Body count matters. Body count matters. Women who say body count doesn't matter, and specifically, we're not talking about whether it does to men or not, because this is the argument that women typically make. Why should my body count matter? The first reason it matters is biologically, evolutionarily, paternity uncertainty. It's a natural psychological adaptation for men to feel repulsed by body count because it's indicative that their paternity will not be ensured. That's the biological evolutionary explanation. Secondly, women are not very discerning about the men that they lay down with. If you pay attention to women who actually sleep with men, a lot of men try to get in without condoms. You notice that STI rates go up. That's the second thing. Third, the psychological effects that it has on women. Women typically are promiscuous when they have something else going on. Substance abuse, former abuse in their early teen stages. These kind of things manifest. That's why a woman's past matters, because it's indicative that she'll exhibit poor behavioral tendencies. She falls into ways that are not conducive to a healthy relationship. They'll be, manifested in one way or another within the relationship. That's why it's important. So there are a whole bunch of markers that high body counts indicate. And it's also indicative, it can be a gene. There's actually been a gene that's been found for promiscuity in women and in men. It's called the DRR4 gene. I believe that's the correct gene. It's actually associated with promiscuity. So the whole pair bonding thing is not even the more men you sleep with, it affects your ability to pair bond. It's you suck at pair bonding from the jump, which is why you become promiscuous. You naturally fall in a cycle of dating men, sleeping with men, and that's essentially what it boils down to.
Everything you're saying is correct, but you yourself are not willing to not have sex before marriage. You're contributing to all these women's high body counts.
And you're allowed to be promiscuous, but she's not.
Well, yeah.
When I don't think women should be promiscuous.
Yeah. Because y'all still speaking about the double standard, and it's because it's a disadvantage to
That was
y'all.
that was
It's a
funny.
disadvantage. It's a disadvantage to
This was
y'all.
a good moment.
It's a disadvantage. That's why you don't like it.
It's a disadvantage to both men and women to have a higher body count, and everything that woman said, it was like she was half there, but
But
she was half wrong.
But why is it a
So-
disadvantage? Why do you consider it a disadvantage to men as opposed to women when women don't go out of their way? A man will stop dating you if he finds out you have too many bodies for his liking, whatever that may be.
Your marriage, the higher your
But
body
you
count
can
is
just
for
go
men
for
and women,
whatever.
men and women who get married who have higher body counts, both of them,
Yes,
they're
I'm well
more
aware.
likely to get
It's
divorced.
more pronounced.
I'm well aware.
It's more pronounced in women, though.
Yeah, I'm well aware of what you're saying. You're not wrong. But what I'm saying is attitude towards body count. Like I did my own study on this as well. And I asked men, if you found out your woman had a promiscuous past, how would you feel? And I gave them the options: disgust, indifferent, repulsed, etc. The responses were overwhelmingly repulsed, disgusted. And then I asked another question, surveyed some more men and asked them, would you ultimately end the relationship? The majority of men said they would. Now, compared to women, it's not the same results.
Hold on just a
Stochastic
sec.
Decay
Yost,
donated
thank you, man.
$99. Stochastic Decay has a question for old Raspy. You sit there and talk about ratio this, ratio that, and how the rest of the panel doesn't understand math. What's the ratio of duck size to gluck glucks that resulted in your vocal cord damage?
The
What
biggest
the
was
fuck?
12.
12 inches?
Yeah, I measured it. You can see for yourself in my OnlyFans. I put the measuring tape next to it, so yeah.
Oh, wow.
Send the asteroid. Okay.
And I mean, I don't want to get race into it, but I feel like it's pretty big for a white guy. Sorry, but like I think that does have something to do with it too.
She had to clarify.
What's that song by The Offspring? Pretty
I
fly
mean, that's
for
pretty
a white guy.
Like, it's pretty